Hey friends, Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shadavia and this is She Budgets, where I talk about all things money, budgeting, and savings related. On my channel, you will see things like budget with me's, share my real numbers. I do cash envelope stuffings, some savings challenges, but I also give you guys debt updates on my own personal financial journey. So if that's content you may be into, do me a favor and go ahead and give today's video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, but don't forget that notification bell so you don't miss the next time I post. By the title of today's video, you can see I am doing a low income cash envelope stuffing in the amount of $188 while currently being on a low income budget. In today's cash stuffing, I am doing my very first paycheck cash stuffing of January 2023. So if you want to see how I utilize the cash envelope method or the cash envelope system, then just go ahead and keep watching today's video. As I mentioned, today's cash stuffing is going to be on my variable expenses, but I'm also going to be cash envelope stuffing my 1 month ahead envelope, which I am super excited about, you guys. So if you've heard the term variable expense, or you're just not sure or just curious what a variable expense is, a variable expense is a type of expense that varies from month to month. So unlike a fixed expense, which pretty much stays the same each month, a variable expense can change depending on your spending habits, your lifestyle, or if you're like myself, it just depends on how much money you have left over after you pay all your bills. So some examples of variable expenses would be like your grocery budget, maybe your gas bill with your car, or things that change maybe on a daily or weekly basis. A fixed expense would be like your mortgage or your car note, because those are some expenses that you have that pretty much stays the same each month unless you're refinancing your car or you're moving to a different home. So those are some examples of variable and fixed expenses. But again, today I'm going to be cash envelope stuffing my variable expenses, which is just my daily or weekly expenses. So let's go ahead and get straight into today's money count, and then we can cash stuff our envelopes. So before I do my cash envelope stuffing, I have a lot of new subscribers, so I just want to let you guys know this is the denomination slip that I use to take to the teller. So it's nothing too fancy. It's actually just a sheet of paper. So I just write down the different denominations and I take a look at my budget to see how many of each denomination I need. And that's how the teller knows exactly how many 50s, 20s, 10s to hand me over. So I do this based off of, again, my budget, but also my spending habits. So if I know it's something, for example, like my groceries, I know I'm not going to spend $100 at a time. Sometimes I do multiple grocery runs. So I'll split up my grocery budgets in maybe like 50s, 20s, and 10, just so I can give myself a little variety and I don't have to break that $100 bill each time. So that's kind of my thought process when it comes to determining my denominations. But I just want to show you guys this to let you know that you don't have to have a fancy denomination slip. A regular piece of paper will just work fine. So let me go ahead and move that off to the side, and then we can get straight into today's money count. So we have 50, 100, 120, 140, 150, 160, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, $188 that we get to put into our cash envelopes. This week I am paid on a bi-weekly basis, and I only do one cash stuffing every, I guess, 2 weeks for my variable expenses. I also do cash envelope stuffings for my sinking funds, but that just depends on how much I actually have left over from my check, if I have anything to put aside for my sinking funds. So let's go ahead and get my cash envelope binder open, and then I can show you guys what variable expenses I have and how much is going into each envelope. So the first envelope that I have in my cash envelope binder is my groceries envelope. Now, if you watch my budget with me, then you'll know that there's nothing actually going into this groceries envelope because I was blessed to receive the pandemic food stamps. And so instead of having to put $100 aside for my grocery budget for the next few weeks, I actually don't have to do that. So I can actually rebuild up my emergency fund since I kind of went under that $1,000. So the $100 that I would normally put aside for groceries, I am putting aside for my emergency fund. So nothing is going into groceries, but groceries is a variable expense that I would normally cash stuff on my once I do my budget with me. The next envelope that I have in my variable expense binder is my household envelope. So this household envelope actually takes care of household items, toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, cleaning products, etc. Things that we need for our household. I usually like to put about $20 in here, but as you guys can see, I did have some rollover from the previous weeks. So today's cash stuffing, I'm just gonna put in $13 into my household envelope. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we can see how much we have that's left over. There was one week I was able to put about $40 aside. So ever since then, the money has just pretty much just been rolling over continuously. So now in my household, I have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. So $23, and it looks like 35 cents. I did recently go to Walmart and buy the Febreze plug-in, the game scented ones, you guys, and I just absolutely love them. They smell so amazing. So I needed to get a few of those. So I did use our household envelope for that, and that's probably why that change is still left in there. So the next envelope I have in my variable expense binder is my car envelope or my gas envelope. A lot of you guys are new here, so this envelope and my variable expenses just take care of my weekly gas. So I work from home, so typically I only need to fill up at least once. Now this week we do have a lot going on, a lot of commuting because I signed my daughter up for some soccer skills training. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more back and forth, but luckily I still have not used this gas budget just yet. I'm still riding on the gas that I had from my last payday, which is awesome because considering the fact that we're 3-4 days already into my new paycheck budget. But in my gas envelope, I do like to put $60 aside. It doesn't always take me $60 to fill up, but I just like to give myself that little bit cushion just in case it does take me 60, or maybe it takes me 50, and then the next week before I get paid, I just have $10 to put in there. So that's gonna be 55, 56, 7, 8, 9, 60. And this is kind of how I break it up, you guys, and this is kind of how I was explaining to you in the beginning as well with the denomination. I could have easily put a 50 and a 10 in here, but if I go to the gas station and it takes me $52, I would rather just give them a 50 and $2 and versus like give them 55 and then getting change. I don't know, it's just a personal preference, you guys, when it comes to the denominations. Depending on which envelope I'm stuffing, I'll try to condense the bills, but a lot of times, again, it's the same amount that you're putting in there. So it's just however you want to break it down. Like I said, I do it based off of my spending habits, and I know what I typically spend, so I like to keep it consistent that way. Now with my gas envelope, if there's anything left after my next paycheck, then I'll just roll it over to my sinking funds binder where I have my car maintenance envelope, and that's just take care of things like registrations, new tire, car washes, etc. So everything else that has to do with my car pretty much goes into that sinking funds envelope. So moving right along to my self-care. Self-care, as you guys know, is probably one of my favorite envelopes that I have, and this is where I get to put money aside for myself without feeling guilty about spending money on myself. So whatever it is, whatever it may be, I am prioritizing myself a lot more in 2023. So I am just happy to be able to put money aside for myself. And these are going to be things for that I want to do, maybe with like some friends, maybe I go out, a new outfit, some shoes. It just depends on how much I have in my envelope, what I'm preparing for, and then that's how I kind of determine like how much I'm gonna put into this envelope. So this week I'm putting $38 aside for myself, so that's gonna be 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. And I have been talking about my self-care envelope quite a bit of time, and I'm just so glad that so many people have decided to create an envelope for self-care and just put money aside for themselves, because as I want to say moms, but it's not really just us moms, just us people who are always taking care of everyone else or on this financial journey. It's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to celebrate your small milestones. You don't have to make yourself miserable, you guys. Put money aside for yourself. Maybe if you enjoy, like if you have a favorite drink from Starbucks, even that is self-care, you guys. So make sure you're treating yourself as well. Like, don't forget about you. I've been guilty of it for a long time, and I am just now starting to prioritize myself. It has taken me a while, and I'm still not 100% there, you guys, but it is the best thing that I probably could have ever done for myself. So that's just kind of my little TED talk for today's video. In my self-care envelope now, I have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have $57 as of right now into my self-care envelope. I did recently purchase my 2023 planner from Amazon, and I actually got it for like 10 bucks because I had a $7 credit from Amazon that I completely forgot about. But I posted it on my community tab, the one that I really wanted. So I ended up actually buying it, and I'll show you guys in one of my future videos as well, because I do plan on doing a how to create like a bi-weekly budget for you guys. So be on the lookout for that upcoming video as well. The next envelope in this variable expense binder that's getting stuff today is going to be my family and fun. So I am a family of 5, and I like to just put money aside for us on a bi-weekly basis, just to be able to have some fun as a family. Of course, this does not mean that we always have to spend the money, or we always have to, you know, go somewhere, or it has to cost. This is just in case we decide to go somewhere and it costs funds. I would rather have the money there available instead of just swiping a credit card and getting myself further into debt, because as you guys know, I am on a debt-free journey. So I'm trying to crawl my way out of debt as much as I can, as quickly as I can. But again, I'm a person that believes in balancing the two. So some people may agree with me, some people may disagree with me, but this is just what works for me. This is my personal finances, and this is what I choose to do. So yes, I do have debt, but yes, I also incorporate time for fun and just myself in my budget. So this paycheck, I am putting aside $75 for my family of 5. So that's 50, 75, and that takes care of our family and fun envelope for this next 2 weeks. I don't have any plans as of yet. I'm trying to stay in the house as much as possible. The holidays really is, you know, more than enough time that's out. But we'll see. Like I said, we have the fun there. And then typically I'll put some money into savings. If you're new to my channel or didn't check out my budget with me video, my savings are my emergency fund, 100 envelope challenge, and my sinking funds. Now my 100 envelope challenge and my emergency fund, I do those as a transfer to my high yield savings account. So I don't actually cash stuff that, but my sinking funds, I do cash stuff. It's just this last payday, I didn't have enough to set aside for sinking funds, and that's completely okay. So I opted to prioritize some other things this week, and my sinking funds was not one of them. So that's my cash envelope binder, you guys. And like I said, I am also cash stuffing my 1 month ahead envelope, which I am super excited about, you guys. I made a video on my goal amounts to get 1 month ahead. And so the first envelope, because I am starting with the smallest envelope first, and then I kind of worked my way up to those larger amounts. So once I actually reach the goal amount in each of these envelopes, then I will deposit it into that 1 month ahead high yield savings account, and then I'll start working on the next envelope. So as of right now, and like I said, I did create a video on that, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll go ahead and link it in the description box below as well. So the first envelope that I'm working on is the beauty, and this one has a goal amount of $35. So I just put $2. I just put $2 aside. So now this one has 10, 20, 25, 30. Wait, 10, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. So $34, you guys, into this beauty envelope. I am probably going to pull $1 from somewhere so that I can go ahead and complete this. But that is super exciting, you guys. I take a percentage out of my additional income to put towards my month ahead fund. So this is awesome to know that I am about to be at 35. I'm just gonna say this one is already completed, because at this point I'm gonna find $1 somewhere and I'm gonna put it in there so I can work on my next envelope. So my next cash envelope is going to be my miscellaneous fund, and that one, I think the goal amount is $100, but that's the next smallest one. And then once I finish that one, then I will move on to the next one. So if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what is one of your biggest variable expenses. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. You guys, don't forget the notification bell. That's how you get notified every time I post. I will be going live, I think it's on Friday, but stay tuned for that community post to confirm, where I'm going to be doing real people's budget and just helping you guys out with starting your budgeting journey as well. Make sure you give today's video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and again, subscribe, notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.